friends! How are you guys doing today? I'm doing relatively well. So I'm trying out one of my new lenses. I don't know how it's going to fare. I'm really far away from the camera, but it's like a macro lens. So it seems like I'm near, but it's really far, so I got to scream out loud to the camera. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about the new Revlon Colorstay Whipped Foundation. I know it's been out since mid of last year, but it only came to Singapore recently. I like to say about 2-3 months ago, and I've been eyeballing these every single time I go to Watsons and Guardian or wherever these are sold. I've always been standing around and looking at them. The only reason why I took so long to get them is because they don't have a color in my shade. They don't have the product in my shade. So I kind of already figured that I would have to get two to mix and match to get my skin tone, and each of it retails for 30 Sing dollars at Watsons or Guardian or wherever you want to get them. So getting two would mean I'd have to spend 60 bucks, and I wasn't willing to spend that sort of money on drugstore foundation, even if it's Revlon, because I do love Revlon. So what happened was the Metro 40% sale happened again quite recently, and I decided to, use the 40% to get both. So yeah, I spent $38 for both. So the darkest shade they have in Singapore for the Revlon Whipped Foundations is in Caramel 340, and Caramel is way too dark for my skin tone. Yeah, it will probably make me look really orange and tan, and it won't fit the rest of my body. And the one, the lighter shade from Caramel is 320, which is golden, warm golden, and warm golden is way too fair. So if you can see from, this is Caramel right here, this one is Caramel, and this one is warm golden. So I am sort of an in-between, and they don't have an in-between shade in Singapore, so I mixed these two up. Consistency wise, they feel like some sort of really creamy, thick custard almost. Yeah, I would say they feel like custard. They don't feel like whipped cream. They don't have that light wispy feeling that whipped cream has. It has more of a thicker consistency like custard does, and it blends easily, but you feel it. It's really thick. You feel it on your skin. It gives you really good coverage. I mean, I have bits and pieces of scarring and all that on my face, and usually I have to use a concealer to go over them. And since I've started using this one, I just need to use a concealer on my under eye and around my mouth. It prevents oiliness. I find that it stays on the freaking whole day. I have really oily skin, you guys. My skin is one of those, I don't know, my T-zone is berserkly oily, and I'm always looking for a foundation that will help to, stay on my skin for a longer period of time, and I find that this cuts it. The only down thing though is how thick it is. You feel it, which is not exactly the best feeling in the world. Like, I would rather not feel foundation on my face. With this one, my face is, you feel it because it's really smooth, but at the same time you feel the stickiness of it, but it's not oily. I don't know how that works though, because usually when it's sticky, it tends to get oily, but it doesn't. But you'll definitely need to powder it down. I powder it down after my application. So yeah, so I mix the products up in a little jar like this. I got this from Daiso, if I'm not wrong, for $2 with a pack of little jars like that. So I just use like a scooper, like a coffee stirrer, plastic stirrer, and mix both the colors into this until I got my shade. And yeah, I just used the product from this little jar. So this, you can tell, is my shade. So I had to mix the two colors up to get that right there. I wouldn't recommend that you use your hands to blend the product because it is really thick, and I'm guessing with the movement you're gonna get streaks. So I use this brush, and this is the Real Technique buffing brush. I got this one off drugstore.com, and I got it in like a set. There were 4 brushes, and it cost $17.99 USD for 4 brushes. That's about 25 Sing, I would presume. So for 4 brushes, $25. I think that's really worth it. I got it from drugstore.com. I got it through a spreeer who opened the spree for drugstore.com on LiveJournal. So yeah, I use the Real Techniques buffing brush to apply the foundation, and I use it in like swirls, and I really press the product into my skin. And yeah, to give you guys a better idea of how the product applies, and about the coverage of the product and all that, here's a little demo video for you.
Dig it, dig it, dig it. Dig it, dig it, dig it. Dig it, dig it. Come on, son, dig it. Break it down. Break it down. Break it down.
So yeah, pumpkins, that's how I apply my Revlon Colorstay Whipped Foundation. And yeah. So this foundation claims that it will last 24 hours. I do not know if that will happen, because if you wear makeup for 24 hours, something funky is going to be coming out of your armpits, if you know what I mean. So yeah, no, I don't know if it will last 24 hours, because I don't think I will ever wear makeup for 24 hours, you know, at one go. So I have worn it for 12 hours, 13 hours, 14 hours, somewhere along those lines. And yeah, they fade off. I mean, the coverage is not as fantastic as it is when you apply it, but it's still there and it still does a decent job of holding on to your skin. So I would recommend this. I would really recommend this because I don't know, it's interesting. The consistency is interesting and it does the freaking job. It's better than the Colorstay liquid foundation, I find. In my opinion, it's better coverage wise and longevity wise. So yeah, but the price is a bit ridiculous in Singapore and the color selection is rubbish. But apart from that, if you can find a shade in Singapore, I would highly recommend this one. If you don't, then probably you're gonna do what I do, mix and match. But wait for the sale, guys. Please don't spend 60 bucks to mix and match. Or if you're willing to, then you can probably order it online, because they have an amazing selection down in the USA. So yeah, pumpkins, hope this review helped you guys, and if you guys have any questions on the product, just leave them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. If you have any other questions, just leave them down below as well. I'll try my hardest to get back to you as soon as possible. Yeah, so basically that's that. I do not know how to end this video today. You guys have a great week ahead, and my feathers make me look like I'm choking. So you guys have a great week, and I will see you guys next Sunday. So I'll leave you here, pumpkins. Be blessed, and I'll see you really soon. Bye! Mwah.
Dig it.